first off, let me go over the scoring. So this shows how it weighs and reflects the metas. So it percentages wise, it does it 0 out of 100, and it calculates the DPS of the character with like its strongest builds right now. And then it has its sustain, blah 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 blah, mobility, CC and utility, you know, it stuns, slows, aura value for the team, basically. And then its snowball effect, like if it gains gold and blah 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 blah. So again, I put in all the items in the game in there. I went over all the base stats. I went over all the abilities and how they percent and scale with magicka, healing, blah blah blah. Basically, I'm letting Grok calculate all of it for me. So we're gonna start at the bottom, which is F tier. Very first, it gives it a score of 79, and it is Iggy and Scorch. Grok says his strong zone dot, but the turret management limits mobility, snowball, and makes him fragile in dive metas, basically. So it makes him easy dived, I guess. Now again, this is not me, this is the AI Grok saying this. So if you disagree, I can understand. Grok knows best. D tier at a score of 80. How do you pronounce it? Howitzer? Score of 80. It says he has great poke, low sustain, and mobility. And he is a very predictable character. I don't know. I've never played him as much, so I can't really speak upon that. But moving on. The next one is Narbash. Narbash? There he is. Narbash in D tier. He has utility and heals and stuns, but very low damage, which is understandable. I don't ever see Narbashes used anymore. The very next one at another 80 in score out of 100 is actually Rictor. It says CC chains are very good, but again, he has a very low damage output. Which, I mean, it's understandable because they're meant for to be supports. Okay, very next is 81. 81, and that is Decker. Solid CC, but again, low damage and utility, which is very interesting. Because I feel like Decker was a pretty solid pick for me and Bryce for a while. I don't understand. Next is 81, which is Lieutenant, I can never pronounce it, Belicia or Bellica? I don't know how it goes. And it says she has mana drain unique, but is again very fragile. That's all it says, fragile. Because she has low HP pools, I guess. I don't understand why it says that, because you know you can always build more health. At 82 score, it says is Faye. It says she has good AoE zone, I guess. It weirded it funny. So it says a very good AoE zoning is decent, but she has low burst and very low mobility. Okay, next is Drongo, which he actually gets a score of 82 as well. It says he has his dot poke is solid, but he is vulnerable to melee characters, which they're carries. So you would expect that. Maybe one of these times we'll have to go over per role. Next, we have at 82 score as well is she has very good grenade poke, which is good, but mana issues. Next is kind of crazy to me, but at 82 score is Steel. He says dash and shield peels are great, but very low damage. And again, he's a support. I mean, not supposed to be high outputs of damage, but we're moving on to C tier. That's all of D tier is stated. I guess we could do these backwards, so that way it shows highest to lowest. In C tier at 83 score, and the lowest of C tier is Gideon. It says his comet burst is reliable, but predictable. Next at 83 score as well is Miriel. Global shields and peeling are strong, but again, low damage. Next is Sereth. I guess we should put it like that. There we go. It has good dive crit and ramp and mobile, but fragile. It's an interesting word I'd use for Sereth because I don't feel like she's very fragile, but you guys let me know in the comments. This was Grok saying this again. Next, we have at 84, we're finally going up to 84 score, is Countess. It says very high burst, but squishy. Next, at 84 is Kalari. It says stealth, gank, sneaky. That's all it says. Very next at 84 score is actually Reyna. It says orb burst slash heal is balanced, but low mobility. Which, yeah, she does have low mobility. Think about it. She has a lot of flying, but in reality, her flying doesn't get her away. Okay, very next at 84 score as well is... Wait, is this Skylar right here? I think that's Skylar. It says Skylar, rocket ramp poke. So I'm guessing she has good ramp, but it says butt squishy. The next at 85, we're finally moving up a little bit. 85 score. Next above phase is Shinibi. Shinibi, how do you pronounce that? Shinbi? It says wolf, dash, ganks, and agile. Good snowball. I don't know what it means by good snowball. Very next above that is Twin Blast. It says dual basic ramp is very consistent. Good with snowball. Which, I mean, a lot of characters. I feel like once you snowball ahead, it's easy to keep it. Next and last above Twin Blast is Yin. Says her whip and engages are versatile and very good sustain. I'm not for sure how true that is because I've never used her, but according to Grok, we are now moving up to B tier. Is Grim. Says machine gun ramp, high DPS, but very squishy. Above him at 86 score as well is Wayne. Is that how you pronounce it? The blade tethers and engages can be very creative, very good utility. I haven't played him, but used against me, yes, I very felt that way. Next above him at 86 as well, Rampage. Says Pound Town tank. Good at duels, very durable, and high sustain. That's what it says. Which is weird because I have not seen... I guess there was one or two rampages we dealt with recently. It never felt like it was that big of a deal, to be honest, to verse a rampage. We are on 86 Sparrow is above Rampage. It says stack arrow poke, reliable, very good scaling. Even a noob hand, Sparrow's ult can be very overwhelming. Kong is next at 86. His clone split slash duels, which I'm guessing that means stances, are very creative, high utility. Next, Feng Meo, if that's pronounced properly. If not, I am sorry I'm slaughtering it. Dash slash shred trades very strong, good snowball. At 87 is Murdoch. It says Shogun or Shotgun. His poke and ult are consistent, good snowball. At 87 as well, I can never pronounce his name. Severog, that's right. If not, correct me in the comments, please. Soul, gank, and siphon, very durable. Strong snowball. 87, we are on Zarus. Very last in B tier as well. It says spear, his duels and shield, very tanky, good scaling. Wait, there's characters missing on this. I will update it here in a second. To A tier is Akron at 88 score. It says hybrid, burst, sustain, very versatile, but CC reliant. You can't really get his kit to work without CC. Like, at least like his Hellfire. If they're not staying in it, it's not getting value. And then also his ult. I mean, his ult has built-in CC. So, I mean, I feel like it worked. I don't know why it says it's that reliant, to be honest. Next, we have Rux. 88 scoring. It says pull and bleed, good for ganks, tanky, high CC, and sustain. He is in all that. I mean, he's got his shoulder bash stun. He's got his pull, which is a CC. That's 2 CCs. His ult also stuns for, I think, 0.75, which is another CC. So that's 3 built-in CCs. Next is Revenant. It says marking, good burst, execute, precise, high snowball. I'm guessing that's because of his gold advantage from the bounty. Before we go on to S tier, I'm going to get the rest of these. So we're going to add in from the lowest of these at a score of 82, Morgish. I don't know where it is above all these, but I'm going to put her there. It says Mark Burst, very reliable, but predictable, and low mobility. Doesn't she get movement speed every time she activates her, what is it, the Hive ability? Where she turns into parasites, basically. Also going into D tier, which this blows my mind. I do not understand how this character is getting input in D tier right now. But Yuri. It says Hollowed Poke, strong early, but fragile, and lacks sustain. Low snowball advantages. I feel like in the right hands, Yuri's kicked my butt before, but Grok knows all. We are out of D tier. We are now moving to C tier. At 83 score, Argus. It says burst is reliable, predictable, squishy late game. Moving on to 83 score is Zinc. It says revive utility is good, but low damage and fragile and mana issues. With an 84 score rating is Wraith, also in C tier. It says sniper poke and stealthy, but low sustain and fragile, cooldown reliant. Next is Morn. It says CC and heal peels very balanced, but low damage. It says CC heavy, but also predictable. At 85 scoring as well is Aurora. It says CC engages are very durable, good sustain, but low mobility. CC reliant. I don't really play her, so I can't speak for her myself personally. If you disagree, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Moving on from C tier, we are now in B tier again, is Boris. Me personally, I would put him above Rampage. It says dash and movement speed, good ganks, tanky, high snowball, but low damage. CC's good. I've never played Boris, but I don't remember. Oh, I guess his rocket thing where he picks you up and slams you. I guess that could be a good CC because it stops you and can move you farther deeper from safety. At 86, which I cannot believe this, is Crunch. I would definitely put him down there. It says multi-dash, CC versatile. Strong, engages, but fragile, which is true. I mean, every time I run into Crunch, if he's not in good positioning and using his stuff, it seems like he just explodes. At least the ones I've versed. I've never used him personally. At B tier. And our final one is Terra, which I've never used her, so I don't know where to put her. And I never even had a problem, ever, I think, went against her. I don't play offlane often, and I feel like she only ever plays an offlane. It says tank engages, very durable, high sustain, but low mobility. I don't know her kit. I can't argue with it. If you argue with it, please let me know in the comments. Now, moving in to S tier. As you can see, as only 2 that we have remaining, at 92, he scores Chimera. It says leap and execute, very snowball dominant. Very versatile. In my opinion, he is S tier until as soon as you get into a ranked game and the person knows to build any sort of health resistance. And then basically Chimera goes I just feel like as soon as you build anti-heal, he just blah, 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 blah. So I mean, maybe he's not taking the matter of anti-heal. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just wrong. And Grok knows all. Next is obviously Kira, which is actually number 1 at 94 score. It says stack true damage, ramp is unbeatable, high versatile. That's all it says, which I've never played her. So I don't know how her kit works and how it can feel that way. I will be trying out the builds that it recommends with to test this so we can see it in action. Not saying that I'm good in the one to be able to test it because I'm also a new player, but this is Grok's tier list on all the characters in Predecessor and what ones it thinks is best, and I will be testing the builds. So if you agree with this, please let me know in the chat. Again, this is not mine. This is Grok's. If you want to see right here also, what are you doing? Okay, there we go. As you can see, this is its scoring, B tier, A tier, S tier. You can see. And then also the ones that I said for some reason was missing, it tiered them also. If you agree or disagree, please let me know in the comments below. If you liked it, make sure you hit consider like. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you consider hitting the follow, subscribe, whatever's free on the platform that you're watching on, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. And other than that, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or night. Peace.